Hello, distance learners. This is Mr. Bennett. Probably most of you kind of know who I am already, but I'm your history teacher this year, and this video is just going to go over some first day kind of class expectations. I wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. If you're in 2R, you probably only know me as the guy who yells at you in the hallway. 3R, 4R, we've done this quite a few times together. So again, I'm Mr. Bennett. This is my 8th year at Parnassus, my 18th year teaching. I've been doing this a while, and again, just welcome to history class for this year. Whether you're doing hybrid or distance learning, I'm excited to have you, and I hope that you've been doing well. I hope your summer was, I guess, as good as it could be, given the situation with the coronavirus, the terrible tragedy surrounding the killing of George Floyd, the racial unrest. If you're feeling anxious right now as a student, I am too. And we'll get through this together. I hope to create a safe place for you to speak about history and about what you're dealing with in class. And I welcome you, and I'm excited to have you. And again, I just want to create a safe space for you this year where you can talk about events in history that we're learning about. So welcome. The sheet that you'll see up here is what I'm passing out on the first couple of days for both A and Z group. It's just expectations. Those of you who've been with me before have seen this sheet. I did change some things for hybrid and distance learning, and so I'll focus mainly on that. Just real quick, this year, first of all, anything that I say could change at any moment. We don't know how long the hybrid model is going to last. We don't know if we'll be in distance learning. We don't know if we're coming back to the classroom. So the key for you this year is going to be to persevere. If you're in distance learning, it's going to be to be a self-starter. You're going to have to take some initiative. I will do everything I can to help you, but you have to do the work. And you've got to be able to roll with changes. Changes are going to come, and it's going to be frustrating for everyone. We'll get through it. Okay. This stuff like entry into the room, that's for if you're coming into class. All the traffic into school is kind of one way. Again, most of this stuff is probably not going to be in play for you as a distance learner. And if there's a time this year where we all come back, we'll have to go through some of this stuff again. I'm talking about collecting assignments, talking about seminar rooms with the hardness discussion, but we don't even have the hardness tables this year in the classroom. Let's talk about right here. You call me Mr. Bennett. I'm not Mr. Bennett. I'll correct you. I'm not Bennett Meister. I'm not Mr. B. I'm not some other nickname that you have for me, at least to my face. I'm not. Call me Mr. Bennett. My job is to call you Mr. or Miss by your last name. In class, you refer to each other by Mr. or Miss. In the hallway, you refer to each other, by your first names or whatever you call each other. But in class, you refer to each other as Mr. and Miss. Again, I'm going to ask that you just kind of go through some of this stuff yourself, because not all of it is in play for distance learning. Be respectful. We have our character pillars. You're going to want to make sure that you display those pillars in class. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a situation where there's going to be problems between you and I if you can't be cooperative and honest and respectful. We will have issues. The expectation, even if you're in distance learning, is that you're coming ready to learn in your uniform. I'm not going to fight your battles on, if you don't come in uniform, please do. We'll talk about that when we get to what we're doing in class here in a sec. If you come in eager and willing to listen and learn, I think you walk out with a lot more knowledge about history than you had at the beginning of the year. If you fight me and don't do much, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's really that simple. Okay, this last thing is specifically addressing this year. My plan for distance learning And hybrid learning is for the days where you're not in class, you're going to call into class via Microsoft Teams. I've already set up the Teams. I think you should have gotten some type of notice on that. I set up daily classroom meetings. Again, you have to call into those meetings. I know that's really different from the way we did distance learning in the spring. We have to do a better job of doing distance learning. I have to hold you more accountable. So you're going to call in for the first 15 to 20 minutes each day. If you don't know how to use Teams, first of all, you're in 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. So you should at least know how to access email and use Teams because you did it in distance learning. If you don't know how to use Teams or email or Zoom is going to be my backup if Teams doesn't work. You need to reach out to me immediately. Email me at bennett@parnassusprep.com immediately. Like right now, send me an email if you don't know how to use Teams. Okay? And I will help you. I will walk you through what you need to do, and we can we can have a meeting or something virtually. You need to be able to access Teams today, because that's where your assignments are, and you're going to use that to call into class. Okay, so you're calling in first 15, 20 minutes of each day, regardless of what you call in, unless I specifically tell you otherwise. On Wednesdays, everybody's in distance learning, which means we all meet virtually on Wednesdays. We'll meet for 15 to 20 minutes, no more than that. Okay? And that's where I say, please make sure you know how to access your email and Teams and Zoom. What else do we hear? Turning in assignments, you're going to do it electronically. You can email me the assignments. You can upload it through Teams. Whatever's easiest for you, just get it to me. Okay? Late work policy is back into play this year. If it's 1 day late, it's 10% off. And I'll keep your assignment marked as late until the end of the semester, really. I know sometimes you're like, well, can you, it's past 10 days late, can you take it off of missing? No. I still take it. I'll give you a few points. You need to turn your assignments in. If you get behind, you're going to find it impossible to catch up. And I'm going to be pestering you and your parents or whoever you live with. Okay, because that's the problem we had in distance learning in the spring, is once people fell behind, you couldn't get caught up. All right, if you're in class, if we do come back, we're probably going to be masked. You wear that mask at all times. You want to take a drink of water, okay, you slip the mask off, you take your drink of water, you put it back on. I will not fight you on that. Okay? If you challenge me, if you are in class on any type of safety issue, you're going to be removed from class. Again, this probably doesn't play in too much for distance learners. We're not going to make jokes about coronavirus. Any issues you have, you go directly to me. I don't care what they are. Okay? You email me. That's the easiest way, or a chat through Teams. Please realize I will do my best to respond to you as quickly as I can. I have the email on my phone. It pops up. I see it. That doesn't mean I can always respond immediately. Okay? I have a family. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. So once I leave school, my family is foremost on my mind. You send me an email at 11 o'clock at night, that email is not going to get answered. It will get answered the next morning. Okay? Most of you who've been with me before know if you're emailing me at 6 o'clock at night, I'll probably get back to you. But don't put me in a position to where you're sending me an emergency email and think that I'm always going to respond on like a Monday night at 10 o'clock. It's probably not going to happen. If you get to me early, I can respond. As always, there's no possible way for me to put every expectation onto a two-page handout. I will do everything I can to help you this year. Here's our schedule. As of right now, this could change this week for all that I know. Group A, Monday, you're in class. Group Z and distance learners, you're calling in. Tuesday, same as Monday. Wednesday, we all meet. Thursday, Group Z is in class. Group A and distance learners call in. Friday, same as Thursday. I tried to keep this 10 minutes or less. I'm at 9:45 right now. Please, please, please contact me with any issues that you might have. I can't wait to have you as a student. I'm looking forward to it. I know this is a strange time that we're living in, I'm anxious just like you. We will get through it together. All right, let's have some fun in history this year. Take care of yourself, folks. Email me with any questions.